This is the ancient and mysterious city of Prague. Tonight we will investigate one of the most iconic buildings in this capital, the Old Town Hall. This is night one of Most Haunted Live. Hello, good evening and welcome to our viewers in the UK and to our new ones here in Czech Republic. We are in the city of Prague. It's a beautiful city, also known as the City of 1,000 Spires. Prague is one of the most well-preserved areas in Europe. The city is beautifully Gothic and surrounded in a veil of ancient folklore and mystery. Prague's narrow and cobbled streets are said to have been home to some of the most colourful and at times terrifying characters recorded in history, from corrupt, self-proclaimed alchemists and medieval executioners to the more recent executioners, the Nazis, and perhaps most unnerving of all, the devil. For the first time in Most Haunted Live's history, each night we will broadcast live from 4 very different neighbourhoods, with the studio nestled deep in the heart of these historic and allegedly paranormal riddled locations. For the first night of this Most Haunted Live, we will be basing ourselves here at the Old Town Hall, right in the centre of Prague's Old Town. Now, joining me now are Paul Ross and Julian Clegg, who will be guiding you through the evening here in the hub. Welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome, and I'm so honoured to be back here. This is after New York and London, my favourite city in the world. And you arrive on 20th century technology, the airplane. You come into this city, a 21st century city, but as night falls, you are back in medieval times, and you feel it. Now, I'm open-minded, but you feel something special about this place because it is so mysterious and so amazing. It's a fantastic city. And
the different thing about this particular live is that you guys are coming with us to each different location. We're investigating. How are you feeling about that?
Well, I'm really excited about that. That means the whole crew are coming each night at different locations, so we can't wait, to be honest. Yvette's going to be joining us for more chat in just a few moments' time. But first, what's coming up in the first hour?
Midrash was an educated man who hoped to become a doctor. In his teens, he fell in love with a young local girl, Dorothy. In 1582, he moved to Prague, where he hoped to study medicine. In his absence, she fell pregnant and married another man.
The Austrian authorities took 12 of those severed heads and they put them inside of iron baskets. They took them over to the Charles Bridge and they hung those baskets containing the heads from the roof of the bridge tower to serve as a warning to anybody else who might have the super intelligent idea of rebelling against the empire.
There was many different types of execution throughout the world. In Europe, they were very fond of beheading people, execution by the axe, by the guillotine later on. They also used death by hanging, which was quite common in England. A lot of the punishments were barbaric. They were seen as punishments rather than a way of putting someone to death. So the actual whole process of execution was drawn out. They would suffer before they actually died.
there is, of course, a museum of medieval torture here in Prague, and I'm delighted to say good evening again to Carl Beattie and Yvette Fielding. You must be so excited. This is an amazing place, Carl.
Absolutely superb, and it's great to see Steve Fielding, who's one of my favourite authors, on the show as well. So it's brilliant. I've absolutely loved it being here. We've been here for a few days now, and I've felt so much at home here with the history, and as you say, the Torture Museum, which I've been to a few times.
And before the letters start, and before the emails start, this is not a movie set. This is a genuine catacomb beneath the Old Town Hall, and a really atmospheric place, isn't it?
It's absolutely stunning. We've fallen in love with it, haven't we? Totally
Absolutely.
fallen in love with it.
It's a doer-upper, though. It needs some work, if we're being honest.
It really is a wonderful, wonderful place. The locations that we're going to are absolutely fantastic. I mean, we've been doing Most Haunted, the actual show, and the lives, for coming up for 10 years now. And you know, it's amazing because there's lots of people that believe in what we do. There's sceptics, and
it's a huge passion.
A massive, massive passion.
I must say, I've never worked on a show, and I'm only a small part of it, a tiny part of the lives. I've never worked on a show that has such fanatical followers and is so fascinating to people. Everybody loves it.
Well, lots of people have often said, you know, oh gosh, you know, we'd love to come along, we'd love to come along. So what we decided to do was we actually decided to to invite some journalists to come to Prague, which we did do a few weeks ago, and it was very interesting to watch their faces change. I think we've got some VT to show.
Take a look at it right now.
If there's anybody here, if there is a spirit person with us now, please can you try and talk to us?
I'm Tom Atkinson, I'm from Hot TV at the Daily Star. Some things that were sort of unexplained, a few noises, a few movements, a few bumps. So I'm not persuaded, but it didn't feel like a fake, for sure. It felt quite real.
Do all of you mean us harm? Who's back there now?
I'm certainly going to be watching the live shows and seeing if they find anything there.
And the fantastic thing is, this is a show that asks questions with great authority and courage and expertise, and lets people at home make up their minds, and that's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the nice things about having the guys there, we had 4 journalists here, and they thoroughly enjoyed it. I mean, they really did. And it was great to get into to do an investigation with them. And it's just really nice that you can hear what or see what they've written in the press this week. It's just been superb.
And we want to do more of it as well, don't we? We want to invite more journalists, open invitation, you know, come along.
But because you guys never stop. I mean, I was with you in West Raynham in Norfolk, which is fantastic, and then you've been doing your Saturday night lives, the so-called mini lives. Yeah. How did they work out?
Fantastic.
Superb.
Absolutely loved it. There was a bit of a shock, though, because as soon as you kind of started, all of a sudden they'd go, and we're off air. And it was like, no.
Where's our other 15 nights?
Yes, it was very... So we kept sending people off to go and do extra vigils, didn't we? Because we were like, no, we want to keep going. So that was the only weird bit, is that it felt very short, but thoroughly enjoyed it. OK, I mentioned West Raynham. Let's take a look back now at what happened in that extraordinary week in Norfolk. It was bitterly cold, an amazing former RAF-based location. Here we go. Here's some of what happened.
This is all wrong.
Oh my God, it's moving!
It's bizarre. Dot. Dash.
Can you touch one of us?
And then there was an almighty crash there. What is that? That came from over here. That's too much. I've got a scratch on the back of my head. You used...
I didn't move.
That was a really intense week, and no wonder you and Kath were screaming, and poor Kath has lost her voice.
I know.
Like a hazard of the job.
I know. It is so... I shouldn't say it's so funny, but bless her, she's talking like that all the time, because she just screams.
I thought Lee Marvin had joined the team. She was going, anybody need their makeup done? Like a northern Lee Marvin.
I know that, do you know the great... It shows how passionate she is, because a lot of people wouldn't have come on the shoot, and she's been on all of the live series, the mini-series we've been doing, and she's turned up here, hardly can speak. I mean, you know, what a trooper.
Yeah. Well, for this one, she may be the ghost whisperer. But let's remind ourselves of Kath at her ear-shattering best. You might want to turn your volume down. Cover your ears. Look at this.
I love the music in the background. Yeah.
The music's great, and that's why all Kath's neighbours have got earplugs.
Absolutely.
She's going to be quite... We wish her the better, but she will be out there with you.
Yes,
now, normally it's poor Kath who's often voted by either selected by the Ouija board or voted by audience members to go out on her own if it's not you. Somebody different this time round. Now, our sound man, the mighty